All right, we got a signal. Hi, everyone. How is it going? I'm having to improvise a little bit this morning with the signal, so I hope that this will let us get through this chat today, because we are talking all about how to grow a following of the right people and to grow it intentionally, to grow it very purposefully and in our hands. So often what happens when we're growing a following is that we tend to be really passive. We tend to really just use Instagram kind of for fun. And then because of that, we're kind of getting for fun followers that are probably other people in our industry. So today, I really want you guys to walk away feeling empowered with some brand new ideas on how you can actually grow a following of the right people, okay? So say hi, say where you're watching from for those of you that are joining. So one of the things that I really want to kind of emphasize as we start this conversation is that how the algorithm is really based for everyone is that we see more of what we engage with. Okay, we see more of what we're engaged with. And to take it one step further, our account gets recommended to the accounts that we engage with. Okay, our accounts get recommended to accounts that we engage with. And our stuff is going to show up higher in people's feeds when they're engaging with us. So I say all of that, and that might sound a little confusing, but it's when we can control what we engage with on Instagram. We can control how we are showing up, what posts we're liking, what posts we're commenting on, how we are behaving on Instagram. And just by controlling that, we can actually shift and change where our profile is shown and who is seeing it on a regular basis. So I think that this is really important to know, because sometimes I know it can kind of feel like, how do I figure this out? Or the algorithm is against me, or no one is seeing my posts. But I want you guys to understand that you can actually control a lot more of that than you think. And so, like I said, today I want you guys to walk away with some new tips and tricks to start trying. And honestly, these things that we're going to talk about, they work the best when you are doing them on a consistent basis. So whether that's daily, whether that's every work shift you're working on them, whether that, whatever pace that can look like for you. But when you're doing it consistently, you're basically training the algorithm how to work for you. And it's way easier than you think, I feel like, okay? So we are going to talk about 2 different ways to grow a following today. And there's going to be a passive way. So basically there are passive activities. And when I say passive, I kind of mean set it and forget it, right? Little things you do that you can set up to kind of be a lure waiting to catch fish, okay? So there are passive activities, and then there are going to be active activities, proactive activities. And those are the ones that I have a feeling are where you guys need to focus most of your energy. You're probably already doing a lot of the passive ones, okay? So we will get to those. And then just to clarify too, when I talk about growing the right following, what I mean by right is just going to be local people, okay? Ideally, they're going to be your dream clients, right? So if you want to work with blondes, they would be local women with blonde hair, right? So we really want to grow a following of the right people. So national, international people following you, not ideal. Other hairstylists or hairstylist brands or stuff like that, again, fun. We love having that community, but not ideal, okay? We are trying to grow a following very purposefully of the right kind of people that are going to grow our business, because otherwise, what are we doing? Okay, so let's jump in. So let's start with the passive activities that grow a following, okay? So these are going to be things that you kind of set up that attract people to you in a very passive way, meaning maybe they're searching and you come up. Maybe they are, looking at their friend's profile and you come up and things like that. So these are going to be hashtags. Okay, so hashtags do work well. The last I heard, it was like 9 to 15 is the sweet spot for hashtags. Now, again, if we want to attract the right people, we want to leave the right kind of like fishing lures in the water. So we want to use local hashtags. So this is going to be predominantly your city, your area code. Those have really grown in popularity over the last year. So I'm in Tampa, it's 813 here, so it would be 813 stylist, 813 balayage, that kind of thing has gotten really popular. So we want to be using these local hashtags, because if we're just doing hashtag balayage, we could have somebody from a totally different state coming and finding our page, okay? So we want to keep it very, very intentional. Then we also can be creating local content. So I talked about this a little bit earlier this month, so check out those trainings and episodes as well. But creating local content can just be, literally talking about your city and your city's inside jokes, right? Like, I'm from Tampa, so we have Florida men, we have alligators, we have very strange weather. There's a lot of different jokes that I could make about the things that women have to endure here, or why women, are the best here, or like whatever. But really posting local content and local inside jokes is going to obviously attract local people, right? So hashtags, creating local content. And then the third one would really be getting your clients to post about you. So whether that's tagging you in their selfies, whether that's posting their after photo when they come to see you on their own Instagram page and tagging you, things like that. So again, these are things that they're not going to get you a client today, but they could over time help people come and find you, right? But they are less in your control, but they're out there, okay? You're kind of laying this groundwork. So those are the passive activities. Now, I feel pretty confident that most of you are doing those on a regular basis. So where this conversation will probably be the most exciting to you is talking about the second kind of way that we grow our following, which is the proactive methods, okay? And these methods are all about what we are doing to make it happen, okay? So much of like having a referral business, having word of mouth, if you have, if you're in a salon that gets a lot of, let's say, walk-by traffic, or they get calls because of the salon that they're in, it's like you need to, that's good, but that's not in your control. So your whole business growth is in other people's hands. And that's exactly what I want us to be able to change for you, because when your growth is in your hands, you're able to really, really dial it up, okay? So let's talk about the proactive activities. So the first part of this is going to be the golden rule. Okay, the golden rule, which is do unto others as you would have them do unto you, right? If you want local people following you, engaging on your posts, interacting with you, we are going to go out and put that energy out to other local women, right? So this is going to be following local people, engaging with their accounts, leaving thoughtful comments on their posts. Maybe we send, fire emojis to their selfies and their stories, right? Just like cute ways that we would interact with even our friends or other hairstylists. We are going to do this with local people. And some of you might be like, Ren, they're strangers. Like, what do you mean? They're gonna think I'm so weird. But they won't. Like, I've done this so many times with so many different hairstylists, and doing this is one of the things that causes the biggest jump in visibility, is just you getting out there and engaging with people. It is so much easier, so much more fun, so much more authentic feeling than you could ever imagine, and I highly suggest you try it. So you can use the golden rule, and you can find people through hashtags, so you looking at local hashtags, and you can also find people through other local accounts, so other local hotspots, other local restaurants, boutiques, gyms, like whatever. That's how you can kind of find your way into finding other local people. So what does this do? Like, why does this work in building a following? So the first thing is that you're kind of like hand selecting people, right? So like you're going to find someone, you're going to check out her profile, you're going to look at her profile picture, and then you're going to initiate interactions with her. So then your name is going to be in all of her notifications, and chances are she's going to check out your page and follow you. This works so well. This works almost instantly. It's like magic, okay? So we want to be doing that on a regular basis. And then the other major proactive thing that you can do is what I call like local collabs, which we talked a lot about last week, which is finding other local businesses who already have like an audience in your city and finding ways to partner with them, okay? Going into local community groups that are already built, you don't have to build them, and interacting so that you're able to get the benefit of that audience already created and ready for you to tap into, okay? So this is how we start to control our own algorithm, because when we're interacting with people's pages, our account, when they're interacting back, can then get recommended to more people like them, right? When we're in the DMs, even if it's just a fire emoji to somebody's story, when we're in their DMs, our posts are now going to be ranked higher and show up more often in their feed. So we get to use the algorithm and the way that it's made fully to our benefit, and it's in our hands, right? So we don't have to worry about someone searching and finding us. We don't have to stress about any of that because we get to make it happen every single day. And that is one of the most empowering things ever, okay? So let's say you're doing this on a regular basis. You have all of these new followers coming in now. You notice that they're local. You notice that they're like exactly what you're looking for. So then that last step is really understanding how to get them to book an appointment, right? I'm sure many of you have people who are already following you and you're like, man, if only all of my local followers would just book with me, I could be fully booked already. So the last part is having a true plan for how you're going to get people to take that next step with you that doesn't feel like salesy or weird, but is more proactive, right? A lot of the time we're just like, oh, well, they'll just book. They'll just book when they're ready. I'm not gonna like stress about it. It is what it is, right? We just want it to be like very natural and just like happen. But I'm telling you, there are so many ways that we can be proactive and have them take that next step that feels really good and is very natural. So if you want to know how to get people to take that last step, definitely DM me the word clients, because I can walk you through exactly what that looks like. In the luxury client method, all of my students get a calendar where basically they know exactly how to practice these proactive methods. They know exactly what to do once followers are there that they want to work with, and how to take this from start to finish, right? Like how to go from commenting on somebody, on a local follower's post, and then having them turn into a booked appointment within a week or less, right? This whole process is really dialed out for you so that it's super simple. And it's almost like a snowball. Like once you start doing it regularly, like I said, you're training the algorithm. Then the algorithm starts working for you and is going for you, and it just builds and builds and builds. It is amazing. So I would love to show you exactly what that whole process is. So if you'd like to know, then DM me the word clients on Instagram. It is at Ren Lopa Official. And otherwise, I hope you have a lot of ideas for how you can move forward this week. As you're testing out some of these methods, please, again, jump into my DMs. Let me know how it's going, what's working, what surprised you, where did you get stuck, where did you notice resistance in yourself to the process, right? Like, where did you want to get in your own way, and what happened when you didn't? So let's chat all about it. I am so passionate about empowering all of you to build beautiful, profitable careers that give you time to spend with your family and the people that matter the most in your life. So thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of this training. Thank you for taking time out of your life today to learn and invest in your education. And as always, learning is the first step. It is sometimes the funnest, right? To get a bunch of new ideas. But the next step is the most important, which is taking action. It's implementing it. It's actually trying the new thing and seeing what happens and sticking with it. So don't forget to put it into action. And as always, these replays are available here on my Instagram, and then they are also available as a podcast on the Successful Hairstylist podcast. So there is, I want to say, almost 100 or over 100 different episodes. So if you're looking for more education, find me over there, and I will see you all next Thursday. I like to post kind of like the calendar of the topics for the whole entire month. So be on the lookout for April's topics, which should be coming out in the next few days. And otherwise, I will see you all next week. Thank you.